Once we should see movies here. Now, sometimes Netflix obviously could be a hit and miss with their films, but almost every year they always put out some interesting stuff. And last year they did put out some really cool stuff. Obviously, K-pop Demon Hunters was a hit. Happy Gilmore 2, Jay Kelly, Frankenstein. 2026 looks like it's going to be a pretty cool year for them as well. So here are the films that Netflix has coming out this year. Now, there will probably always be something that I'll probably miss or something that Netflix will pick up right off the bat. I think Netflix didn't really acquire Train Dreams until the Cannes Film Festival. So sometime, and obviously beforehand, Netflix didn't acquire Emil Perez until like the Cannes Film Festival as well. So yeah, they could always like acquire something, a little later here. And obviously, there is still the whole stuff with Netflix buying Warner Brothers. So we'll see how that's going to be. But as of right now, here are the films set for release this year. The first film Netflix has out is a movie called People We Meet on Vacation. This is based on a book by Emily Henry, and it stars Tom Blythe and Emily Bader. And it's directed by the hero director Brett Kelly. And it's where Poppy, who wants to explore the world, and Alex prefers to stay at home with a good book. But somehow they are best friends, and they live far apart. But for a decade, they have spent 1 week of a summer vacation together. And the trailer does look pretty charming. Uh, Always do like a good rom com, so I think this has potential to be something really decent. So see how it is. Now, next Netflix film we have outcoming is The Rip, which is the new Ben Affleck Matt Damon film about a group of Miami cops who discovers a stash of millions of cash, leading to distrust as outsiders learn about the huge Caesar, making them question who to rely on. And the trailers for this has looked interesting. You got Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, directed by Joe Conahan, who of course directed like The Grey and all. I mean, I am hoping this is a good one. Does look pretty fun, but Conahan last couple films, he did Shadow Force. That wasn't so great. So I don't know. We'll see how this will be, but should be interesting. All right, other stuff we have out. We do got the new Narnia movie coming out in Thanksgiving, which this is supposed to get a full-on theatrical release, in IMAX. Of course, directed by Greta Gerwig, based on the C.S. Lewis story, starring Daniel Craig, Emma McKay, Carey Mulligan. I have some really hopes for this one because it is directed by Greta Gerwig, coming off of the success that was Barbie. I mean, we haven't really had a Narnia movie since 2010. So it's been a while since we've had a Narnia film. So I am hoping and have hopes that this could be a really good one. But we'll see. We had The Adventures of Cliff Booth, which is like a semi sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Showcases more of Cliff Booth's backstory in his new role as a Hollywood fixer. It is directed by David Fincher, starring Brad Pitt reprising his role. I'm really excited for this one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was literally my favorite film of 2019. Obviously, this is scripted by Quentin Tarantino because he would not direct something for Netflix. You got David Fincher returning, reuniting with the likes of Brad Pitt because obviously Seven, Fight Club, Budget Button. So I'm definitely excited for this nonetheless. I am hoping it's a good one, but we'll see here. We got Ray Gun, which is the new Brad Bird movie. If you guys don't know, Brad Bird is the director behind The Iron Giant, Ratatouille, and the Incredibles films. And he hasn't really directed a film since Incredibles 2. But here's what Ray Gun is about. It follows Raymond Gunn, the last human private detective, in a futuristic inhabited by humans and aliens. This could be interesting. I mean, my biggest complaint, obviously, is that, it's going to Netflix. Like, that's really unfortunate. I mean, I think this is also going to be like Brad Bird's first non-Disney movie he's done for a while, like since Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. So I don't know. I am hoping it is good. It's a shame that Brad Bird's next film is going to be a film mostly for Netflix. So could this be the next K-pop Demon Hunters? Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. We also got another animated film coming out called SWAT. where a small woodland creature and a majestic bird, two natural sworn enemies of the valley that magically trade places and set off on an adventure of a lifetime. It features the voices of Michael B. Jordan and Juno Tempo. That could be interesting. Really interesting that Michael B. Jordan will follow up, the box office hit that was Sinners with doing like a movie coming to Netflix. That's a little interesting. But also out on Netflix this year, we got a movie called 11/8/17. Now this is directed by Louis Leterrier, who gave us like the last Fast and Furious movie. He also put out The Incredible Hulk, Now You See Me, the first one that is. And this here stars like it's about a family who finds themselves confined within their home, unable to leave, and as supplies dwindle, they must learn resourcefulness to survive and unravel the mysteries that are forced trapping them. Now, this does star Greta Lee, who of course was in Past Lives. You also got some other folks in here as well, but hey, I do like Greta Lee. She's terrific, so I think this could be interesting. But we'll see. We also got a movie called 52nd State, which stars Moses Arias, who you might know as Rico from Hannah Montana, and he's on Fallout. Really good on that. An IT professional in Costa Rica uncovers that his workplace is running an elderly scam targeting Americans. As he works to expose criminal operation, he must also keep his brother safe from the dangerous consequences. That could be interesting. I mean, could be a trick, so we'll see there. We got a movie called 72 Hours, which stars Kevin Hart, Marcel Hernandez, who's hilarious on SNL, Tiana Taylor, and it's about a 40-year-old executive who ends up on a 3-day bachelor party with 20-somethings after mistakenly including in their group chat. This could be pretty fun. I do like Kevin Hart. I think he's always hilarious. So anytime you get a Kevin Hart movie, I'll definitely give it a go. All right. We also got a movie called Animals, which is also which is actually directed by Ben Affleck. Desperate to pay his son's ransom, Merrill Kennedy and his wife resorts to extreme measures, revealing dark secrets they never intended to bring to light. Again, this has Ben Affleck directing, got Kerry Washington, Gillian Anderson. It is unfortunate that this is going to Netflix. I will Brad Pitt's last couple of movies, has mostly been going to there. So I do hope this does get the act release, but who knows? This one also has a release date. We got a movie called Apex. Now, if you guys don't really know much about what Apex is, it is coming out in April, and stars Taron Egerton, and Charlize Theron and Eric Bana. When a out-of-line junkie sets out on a conquer a menacing river, she discovers that nature isn't the only thing out for blood. This does look pretty interesting. The trailer did drop during like holiday break. I was a little too occupied with other videos. I didn't really have much time to talk about it. When a new full trailer drops, I will definitely talk about that. But it does look intriguing. I mean, Charlize Theron's great. I think it could be interesting to check out, so hopefully it's a good one. All right. We also got a film called Boy in the Iron Box. Now, Boy in the Iron Box is actually produced by Guillermo del Toro, and it stars Rupert Friend, Jaden Martell, Kevin Durant, and it's about a plane carrying a team of mercenaries crashes into a remote snowy summit. They come across a maze-like stone fortress, and terror takes a new shape. That could be interesting. I do like the cast list involved. Of course, Jaden Martell, you might know him from as a lead from the first It movie. So I don't know, it could be intriguing, but all right, let's see here. All right. Also coming out on Netflix this year, we got Enola Holmes 3. Obviously, Millie Bobby Brown coming off of the finale that was Stranger Things. This time around you got Enola Holmes, who pretty much goes to Amata where her aspirations merge in her complex and dangerous case here. I'm intrigued to see where they're going to take this one too. Like I did quite like the first two Enola Holmes films, and I'm really curious to see what Millie Bobby Brown could bring to the table now that Stranger Things just ended, because her stuff lately hasn't been the best. Electric State. Uh, she was in some other stuff here and there. I am hoping she'll have a little bit of a comeback. Since Stranger Things is no longer here, but we'll see there. Now Adam Sandler, by the way, both of his daughters actually has a film coming to Netflix this year. Of course, they were both in that Bob Mitzvah film a couple years back. But one of them has a movie called Don't Say Good Luck, which is about Sophie Birnbaum, who gets the lead in her high school show, but at the same time, her mother's cancer comes back. And as for and of course, the other film featuring Sandler's daughter, we got a film called Roommates that she's in. Of course, Sunny Sandler is in Don't Say Good Luck, and Sadie Sandler is in Roommates. So pretty cool year for Sandler's family here. Now here's what Roommates is about. A bright-eyed freshman's decision to room in with the popular student leads to what starts as an exciting new friendship, but gradually transforms into a subtle battle of wills. Now this features the likes of Nick Kroll, Adam Sandler's supposed to be in this one, Natasha Lyonne, Sarah Sherman, Chloe Yeast, Storm Reed, many others. I mean, I really did not mind that About Mitzvah one she did. That was actually not a bad little film. And of course, both of his daughters was just in Happy Gilmore 2 together. So I don't know. I think they are definitely someone like actors to keep your eye out for here. Like Adam Sandler doesn't really seem to have like any lead films this year. He actually is in Roommates, but I'm guessing he'll most likely be a supporting in that here. But I don't know. I'm sure both will be decent. All right. Also out, we got a movie called Fight for 84, which stars Jamie Foxx. After a devastating 1980 plane crash, claims America's Olympics boxing team, a determined coach takes on a monumental task of assembling and training new fighters for glory at the 1984 Games. Could be interesting. I mean, you got Jamie Foxx in this. It could be intriguing. I mean, Jamie Foxx it's no stranger to Netflix because he was just in Back in Action. He was also in that movie Day Shift, that vampire movie, which I actually had a fun time with. So, see how this one's gonna be. We got a heist movie called Here Comes the Flood, which is from the same director of the Content Garner. It stars Denzel Washington, Robert Pattinson. The aforementioned Moses Harris is also in this one. Daisy Edgar Jones. And it's where a bank guard, a teller, and a master thief becomes entangled in a deadly game. It's a heist movie. You got Denzel, Robert Pattinson. It's still a shame that's actually going to Netflix. That seems like a movie that should be going to the theaters, but maybe they will give it a wide theatrical release. Like, I really think Netflix really needs to start branching out to the theatrical model, because K-pop Demon Hunters did pretty well in the box office, And Stranger Things, by the way, they of course released that one in theaters. That thing's doing really well. I haven't really seen it in theaters because AMC A-list doesn't really work for it. But let me just tell you, from the seats from some of the seats I've been seeing, the seats are getting really packed up. So it shows that people are willing to watch Netflix movies in theaters. So maybe some days, they'll decide to get more Netflix movies in theaters, but who knows? Anyway, speaking of Millie Bobby Brown, by the way, also coming out is Just Picture It. It stars Millie Bobby Brown as well as a kid who recently played young Steven Spielberg in The Fabelmans. And of course, he played Lorne Michaels in Saturday Night. He's also in this. This follows two carefree college students who experience a strange phenomenon when their phone begins to show them pictures of 10 years in the future. This could be interesting here. You do got Millie Bobby Brown. I am hoping this will be better than her other previous stuff, like The Electric Safe, but who knows? Julia Dennison, who of course she worked with on the last Godzilla vs. Kong movie. New approach. Well, the first Godzilla and Kong film they did together. So there's that. I don't know. I'm hoping this is a good one. It is from the same director of Celeste and Jesse Forever, so that piques my interest. But we'll see here. And the director also did Age of Adeline, so has a good director on board. But we'll see here. We got a movie called Ladies First, which is from Me Before You director Tia Sherrock. It stars Rosamund Pike and Sacha Baron Cohen. A male Chauvis is transported into a martial society, facing challenges from formidable female versions of himself. Okay, that could be interesting there. We got Jennifer Lopez. Actually, we got two Jennifer Lopez movies coming to Netflix. We got The Last Mrs. Parrish, which stars Jennifer Lopez, and it's directed by Forrest Gump director Robert Zemeckis. Can't be worse than here, right? And The Last Mrs. Parrish follows a con woman who targets a wealthy couple as her next victims, but she ends up discovering that that the wife's life is more complicated than it could have ever imagined. That could be interesting. It also stars Jennifer Lopez and Gail Garcia, not Gail Garcia, Nicola Coster-Waldau from Game of Thrones. Why did I get those two names mixed up? Could be interesting, to say the least. We also got Office Romance, another Jennifer Lopez film. I really would love to see her just go back to do movies like Hustlers, Kiss of a Spy Woman. She really has good acting chops and better materials. These movies can't be worse than Mother or Alta, right? Or yeah, I think it was called Alta, right? Anyway, Office Romance does star the likes of Jennifer Lopez. It actually features a Selena reunion with Jennifer Lopez and Edward James Olmos. You also do got Amy Sedaris. Bradley Whitford is also in this one. The guy from Ted Lasso. What's his name again? Brett Goldstein. You got him in this. Got some interesting cast members here. Now here's what Office Romance is about. Jackie, who's the president and CEO of Air Cruise, runs a tight ship in her business, including a rigid anti-fraternization policy for her employees. But when the new sexy lawyer begins working for her, that policy becomes very tested. Could be interesting. I like J-Lo, so we'll see how this is. Oh, we also got Peaky Blinders, which comes out on Netflix on March 20th, which obviously is a film adaptation of the Peaky Blinders shows, starring Cillian Murphy. That could be interesting. We also got The Bodyguard. No, this is not a remake of the Whitney Houston Kevin Costner film. This is actually a Christmas movie because hey, it's a new year, so Netflix is going to be packed with some Christmas stuff at the end of the year. The Bodyguard is about a skilled bodyguard who is assigned to protect a reclusive movie star from a stalker and must pose as his girlfriend to keep the threat. Now this stars Leif Meester and Jared Padalecki, and you'll actually think this is a different way around, right? You'll probably think that Jared Padalecki will be Leif Meester's bodyguard and all. Nope. Leif Meester is actually Jared Padalecki's bodyguard. I don't know if I like Leif Meester, Gossip Girl and all. Not sure if I could really buy it, to be honest with you, but hey, could be cool. I don't know. We'll see how this one is. It is directed by Aquamarine director Elizabeth Allen Rosenbaum, so that piques my interest. We also got a movie called Unabomb, which stars Russell Crowe and Jacob Tremblay. This is about a Harvard student who becomes the Unabomber here. It could be interesting. You do got Shailene Woodley, Alexander Ludwig. I'm all for this. We'll see how that's going to be. We got a movie called Voicemails for Isabel, which stars Zoe Deutsch and Nick Robinson, Nick Offerman, and many others. And it's also directed by Leah McKendrick, who directed this really nice little film that came out 2 years ago called Scrambled. And let me pull up what the film is about. All right, here's what Voicemails for Isabel is about. Jill leaves voicemails to her deceased sisters telling her about her chaotic life in San Francisco. A mysterious Austin real estate agent begins to receive the confessions. That could be interesting and charming there. All right. We also got a movie called Little Brother, which stars John Cena and Eric Andre. Okay, that's a combo that could be cool. This is also from the same director who gave us that movie Ingrid Goes West, so that there piques my interest. This is about a famous real estate agent's life is disrupted when his eccentric little brother unexpectedly reappears. You do got John Cena, you do got Eric Andre, so sign me up with this one here. We got a Peter Berg movie called The Mosquito Bow. Of course, Peter Berg gave us like Battleship. He also put out like Patriots Day, many others. Now, here's what Mosquito Bow is about. After Pearl Harbor, four college footballers joined the Marines. Before facing Aquana's invasion, they participate in a historic game of legendary players for many of their final match. That Now this does star Bill Skarsgård, the new He-Man himself, Nicholas Galstein. So this could be interesting to check out. All right. We also got War Machine coming out, which is from Need for Speed director and Expendables 4 director Patrick Hughes. It follows the final recruit of a growing special ops boots camp who encounters a deadly force from beyond the world. It stars Al Richardson, Dennis Quaid. Who knows that's going to be any good. We got a movie called The Whisper Man, which is a new horror thriller starring Robert De Niro. Hopefully, it's better than Zero Day and Alto Nights, but I like De Niro, but his last couple of outings wasn't the best. But this is about a grieving father and his young son who relocate to his quiet town of Feather Banks, which was terrorized by a serial killer known as the Whisper Man. 15 years earlier, while rumors circulated that the Whisper Man worked within Commodus. Now, this also got Michelle Monaghan and Adam Scott. Got some cool cast members in there. Could be interesting. We'll see how that's going to be. We got a couple of Tyler Perry movies coming to Netflix. Like, we got Doing Life, which is directed by Tyler Perry, where struggling single moms have crossed with a former prisoner seeking redemption, leading them to discover strength in their unlikely connections. Who knows if that's going to be good. We got Why Did I Get Married Again, which is the third installment of the Why Did I Get Married franchise. This, of course, stars the likes of Tyler Perry, Taraji P. Henson, Micah Jai White, Sharon Leal, and many others. No Janet Jackson, though, so that's unfortunate. Jasmine loves Wesley, and their wedding is near, but the stern father and others disapprove, prompting couples around them to question their own perfect marriages. I actually did not mind the first two Why Did I Get Married films. Those are some of the better Tyler Perry, non-Madea Tyler Perry films, in my opinion. So, could be interesting. We also got Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip, which is, of course, actually it is actually obviously Madea, but it's more centered on Madea's brother Joe, who I always find hilarious. Even if you don't like the Madea movies in general, Joe always cracks me up. Especially in the last Madea movie, with like the storyline with him gambling and stuff like that. Hilarious there. This time around, it centers on Joe, where Madea's brother Joe accompanies his grandson on a college road trip. And this is actually going to be rated R. Usually rare seeing a Madea movie that's rated R there. So, hey, I'm all for this. This could be pretty fun to check out. We also got A Dog's Perfect Christmas. If you guys don't know, it is actually a third installment of the Dog's Purpose films. This also stars Dennis Quaid, and it's about a sage basset hound narrates how his family faces turmoil when Mrs. Goss falls into like a induced coma. That could be interesting. I mean, I did not mind the Dog's Purpose films. I know the first one got a lot of controversy. Boy, loads of controversy with that one. So, I don't know. We'll see how this one's going to be. I do like a good Christmas movie, but we'll see. We got a movie called Bad Day starring Cameron Diaz. This is supposed to be like a version of Falling Down with Michael Douglas, like a comedic version. This stars Cameron Diaz, who plays a single mother who struggles to fulfill a small promise to her daughter, finding the most devastating day she's ever faced. Hey, Cameron Diaz came back with Back in Action, so more Cameron Diaz. Sign me up here. We got a movie called Best of the Best, and no, it's not a remake of the Eric Roberts film from the 80s. It's a comedy that set in the cutthroat world of college Bollywood dance competitions. It stars the actress who played Devi from Never Have I Ever, and also she was just in Freakier Friday just recent. Really glad to see her branching out since Never Have I Ever ended, so I'm all for this. Now, there's also another film coming out, which might not really come out until 2027, but it could always move up a notch. It's the Lena Dunham movie. I kid you not, this is literally the actual title. It's a film titled Good Sex. That's right. It stars Natalie Portman, Meg Ryan, Mark Ruffalo, Rashida Jones, and many others. A 40-something couple's therapist ventures back into the world of dating in New York between the two very different romances. I don't know, it could be interesting. You know, Natalie Portman, you got Mark Ruffalo. Could be a cool rom-com. We got a movie called Heartland, which is from the director of Country Strong, starring Jessica Chastain. A former country star, Missy Jones, leaves seclusion to search for her missing niece, an emerging musician in Nashville. Her investigation exposes dark secrets and forces her to face her own past. That could be interesting. I mean, Chastain as a country singer, sign me up there. Could be intriguing. I mean, I think there's an actual country singer is also part of the cast. I forgot who, but I think Jennifer Nelson is in this. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong there. We also got a movie called Heartstopper. Heartstopper Forever, which is an adaptation of the Heartstopper TV show. I don't really watch that, but I know there are a lot of people who like that show. We got a film called Remarkably Bright Creatures, where like a widow working as a night janitor at a aquarium strikes up an unlikely friendship with a giant octopus that helps her unravel the mystery of her son's disappearance decades ago. That could be interesting. Check out. It stars Sally Field, so I like Sally Field. She's always good. We also have another Christmas movie coming out. I forgot to write this down, but it's another Christmas movie that stars Maddie Ziegler that I did mention in one of like the news cycles. It's a movie called In the Holidays, which stars Maddie Ziegler, Rob Lowe, and this is actually based on a book here. In it, it follows a 20-something who, after making a romantic mistake of epic proportions, find herself trapped in a holiday time loop, forced to relive the same Christmas at her family's cabin until she discovers what truly makes her happy. That could be interesting. I mean, you got Rob Lowe, who's always good, so that could be cool. All right. Oh, I'm not really sure if Saturn Returns is coming out this year. That's supposed to be directed by the same guy who directed Sing Sing, and it's supposed to star, I think it's supposed to star Daisy Edgar Jones and a couple other folks. I don't know if that's going to come out this year though. Film that I could easily see become the next K-pop Demon Hunters. By the way, I don't think Ray Gun's going to be the next K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't think Swap's going to be. This has potential to become the next K-pop Demon Hunters this year. We got a movie called Steps. Blamed for magical mischief at a royal bar, stepsister Lilith turns her sister into a frog, and she must work with Cinderella and a troll to save the kingdom and prove villain deserve a happy ending too. Could it be the next K-pop Demon Hunters with like iconic songs being shown here there? Who knows? But it does sound intriguing to say the least, but we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, we also have a documentary about Olivia Newton-John. That's also coming out this year as well. There's also a couple of animes. There's probably a couple of international movies I didn't really mention. But there's tons of other stuff that Netflix has out this year. I mean, hey, I did not really talk about Left-Handed Girl last year when I was talking about the Netflix movies of 2025. And Left-Handed Girl ended up being in my top 10 favorite Netflix films of that year. So, yeah, there could always be like some sort of Netflix surprise that comes out of nowhere. But let me let you guys, what are some of the films coming out coming to Netflix in 2026 that you're excited for? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Sire.